down to nothing.
Well, what was wrong with it major-wise?
Well, just off the bat, the feed-throughs, for the reason the tubes don't light up, the filament, the feed-throughs are shot. The center section is spinning on them. The high voltage doesn't come up. And the power supply is in the base of that thing. You'd have to take the top of it off and tear the whole RF section apart to get to those feed-throughs. And there's no shorts in it. I put 500 volts on it, and the meter read about 300, so the meter moves. It didn't at first. I shot some cleaner on the switch. It looks like it's been sitting out in a barn or something. Everything was pretty well corroded. WA6AJ, A6S.
A6S, WA6AJ. Didn't you talk him into buying that thing?
No.
I thought you did.
No, I didn't. He wanted it. He was trying to pay $500 or $600 for it. So I wouldn't go over 400 and just see what happens. I would have, after seeing what's wrong with it, I would have give you $200. I tell you what you bought. Hopefully you got two good tubes.
Is there 500s in it or 400s?
500s. 500s, Mike.
Bad. Expensive lesson.
I can fix it, but I can fix a lot of other things a whole lot quicker and make a whole lot more money.
So you didn't even want to try, huh?
Well, I could. I couldn't lift it. Hey, this thing is... I don't know what that thing was. You'd have to have 2 or 3 people in a big shop. If you had it out in your shop area, you could work on it, but not my little room here.
Yeah, you have to put it on a lift and get it up to desk level, I guess, right?
Well, he had a thing that brought it up where I could see inside of it, but, man, it was totally rodeo. Even the high voltage switch on the door was crunched, and you'd have to make another one of those, a piece of metal that shorts out. It was put in backwards, so it was shorted out all the time.
Huh.
An end part of it was missing, like it had the front side of it broke off, so, I mean, that was just a few of the things I could see. Who knows what else is going on in there? Once you tear one of those things apart, you're committed.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
Besides that, it's ancient.
Well, maybe it belonged to C. Beer.
I think it probably did. The problem is that if that meter in the thing's intermittent or any of that stuff, you'll never find one.
Well, what's he going to do with it?
I told him to unload it to some swap meet.
Hey, bring it back in the spring.
Yes, I told him.
711.
Hey, John. K6MI, WA6AJ.
WA6AJ, and A6S, Mike Italy. Good evening to everybody.
Can you hear John, Bill?
Just barely. I just turned my amplifier on.
Very good. Well, let me turn mine on.
Sound like a distant star in the east. I guess I could point over towards him.
Well, if you had an amplifier, why didn't you turn it on?
No kidding.
Well, I mean you.
Well, I was waiting for the filament thing to kick in.
You're trying to save electrons.
I don't think so. I don't think so, Eddie. I need the heat to warm me up in here.
I looked at that kilowatt hour. I got like 12,000, just over 12,000 kilowatt hours.
That's how much it made?
Yeah, since I've had it in.
Well, it's a lot more than mine is. Mine's only about 9. And mine's been in a lot longer.
But you're not pointed at the south, right?
Not very good. 12,000 kilowatt hours at you guys' rate, that's $6,000 bucks. That's $5,000. Paid for itself already.
I don't think I'm paying that much.
Yeah, it is. You guys are 44 cents a kilowatt hour, and when you go over, it goes up to some ridiculous thing. Well, 44 cents times, what'd you say, 10,000?
Well, wait a minute. Isn't it like 3 tiers, right?
The first one is 44 cents.
Oh, the first tier is 44 cents now?
That's what yours is. Ours is 34.
Holy crap.
Unless ours has went up. I haven't checked for a while, but you were about 10 cents higher, 8 cents. I know yours, last time I looked, was 44 cents.
That's because we're pigs, giraffes, and extortion.
10-4, W6AJ, A6S. You got your amp on, John? Must have went up in smoke.
Good evening, guys. KM6SR here.
Hey, how you doing, KM6SRR, frying my meter, AA6S.
Yep, I'm pointed down towards Lake Isabella there. Sorry, Bill. Over.
Good evening, guys.
Nah, LED bar graph, I don't think you'll hurt it.
Hey, Rob.
How you doing, Mike? WA6AJ?
Good evening, guys.
K6NYC is in here. Over.
Oh, okay. KM6SRR, K6NYC.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mike and Bill and Rob. And Rob, you got home with all your logs. Boy, those logs burn good. I put since you left, I put just 3 on, and they're still burning. They burn along. Lots of BTUs in those babies.
Oh, yeah, they're good ones. They're good ones. I've been burning a little bit of the pine that I caught, so it burns kind of quick, but there's no ashes with that. Over.
Yeah, that's true. No, I just happened to pick up a bunch of oak. I'm not sure. I didn't particularly choose it, but I put it on the rolling cart and brought it in, and every piece I put on the fire so far has been a big old gnarly piece of oak. I grabbed the ones that were hard to stack, you know, the ones with all the twists and the knobs and stuff. And I brought those in to burn first because they're hard to stack.
Yep, that's a good idea. That's the way to do it.
Boy, that mountain oak burns good. John's in here someplace.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox 982. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Daryl. Let me list for Judy who we've got in here so far because she just got her paper ready. You ready, Judy?
Ready.
800-727-432. Of course, me, 47, and then Rob. Yeah, you got 430.
What?
You got Rob. And then the last one was Daryl. That said 982.
Roger, 982.
KJ6TYO 1009.
And there's Ron, KJ6TYO 1009.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, so far about 7 folks in here. Very good. We had a whole bunch of people check in last night on 1296, including KJ6TYO with his smashing 10 watts and his vertical, but we still heard him. Good to hear you, Ron. Thanks for checking in last night. So how you doing there tonight? Go ahead.
Oh, doing good. Got to go in about 3:30 in the morning, go to work, so I thought, well, I'll come out here and get a couple check-ins on the 2-meter, and then I'll go over to 10-meter, and then we'll call it a night. So, hey, good evening, and yep, that was pretty good last night. I could hear a handful of guys, so that was all right.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, wonderful, and it was good to have you in there. Yeah, we had a wonderful turnout last night, and we didn't get everybody. If we'd gotten a few more, it would have been a record breaker night. But really, anything close to 20 is good on 1296. Anyway, let's see. I'm pointed down toward Lake Isabella, I believe, and also toward Bakersfield. So we're looking for N6SWR if he ever comes out of the cave. And we're also looking for KB6RQU, who is not in the cave, but might as well be over. I don't hear him either. Boy, oh boy. He must be having one hell of a Christmas celebration there in Lake Isabella.
Did you get John, Mike, K6MI?
Did I do who? Oh, I didn't hear John, but we'll get John in here. 711 for John. John, go ahead.
I'm here, K6MI.
Yeah, good evening, John. Good to hear you.
Hi, Bill. Yeah, I'm here, Mike. K6MI.
All righty. And Bill, I don't know. Tonight is 2 meters. Hopefully we'll hear. I haven't heard any word back. Does anybody have any word on Ron over there in the Atascadero?
I haven't heard a thing.
Yeah, Rob was going to email him, but I don't know whether he sent him a text or whatever. But and the other one that might be in here tonight is Dave, WA6LOL. He's back in the living area. He's recovering from another second heart operation. And Rob talked to him, said he was feeling pretty good now, getting his energy level back. Apparently that saps your energy for a week or two while you're getting over it. It isn't much of an operation. They go up through a big artery or in your vein, in your groin, but apparently it saps your energy, or maybe they give you something to make you slow down and do nothing for a week or so while the valve seals. Anyway.
Finally cut on it. Mikey, it's bad.
What's bad?
Anything.
Oh, yeah. At this age, you're right. It takes twice as long to heal, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've been there.
Now, Rob was up today, and we split wood. We got that new log splitter that Adam fixed up for us. And, God, boy, it works great. It's got a push button to start it. And it works every time. It just goes, you just touch that button, and that sucker's running and ready to crack logs. It was no pain, no strain. It worked good. And we did a full trailer load of logs for Rob, and then about another half a trailer load that was left over, and I've got those stacked up. And I'm starting to burn them, as I mentioned already. So we did good. We cleaned up all the logs that I can't get in the fireplace by themselves. The ones that were too big around or too gnarly to get in the doorway, and that helped. So I've got a really nice clean area now. I did pick up all the wood that we split at the end there, Rob, and stack that up underneath the eaves, but I didn't do any more after that. I got in and got warm.
Don't tell the EPA.
About what? My logs?
Yeah, don't tell our illustrious governor you're not using electric to heat your house.
Well, I do use electric to heat my house. Let's see, we have an electric starter on the engine that splits the logs and everything over.
Understand.
Yeah, it's a battery-operated starter even, and how about that?
Man, that's fantastic.
You betcha. Anyway, and the EPA can take it and shove it, where the light doesn't shine.
Roger.
Anyway, we're still looking down south and waiting for more check-ins. I don't know whether we're going to have Ken in here tonight. He's had such a week, he's probably exhausted.
KC5 DTU 712.
And there's a man recovered from 3 weeks of cold and flu. Good evening, Carrie. Sounding good. And Judy says,
hi, and how are your eyes?
Doing great, Judy. Doing great. Boy, I tell you, I just have my reading glasses and can see all kinds of distances out there. So great recovery and great job. Good recommendation there, Mike.
Yeah, they do a nice job over there. I'm glad that you're happy with that. Anyway, good. I forgot about that you got your eyes operated on. That was just before you got sick with something. And I forgot you kind of out of commission for a couple of weeks here, and I forgot to ask you. Anyway, Judy, the only downside to fixing Judy's eyes is she spends way too much time having fun in front of the computer now.
Good for her, good for her. But anyhow, boy, I tell you, I belong to the Dr. Reynolds, not Reynolds, Remington's club right now. So I'm going to be looking for my cut because I've been recommending everybody and anybody.
Yeah, me too. You're on a short list here. And Mike was in there to see him, but he isn't quite bad enough yet. But we hope in another year, Mike, you'll have the pleasure of having Remington stick new lenses in for you.
Well, I go see him in mid-March, and in fact, St. Patrick's Day, over.
All I can say is he did a good job, Mike. Good evening. Boy, I tell you, keep away from that IQ bunch, boy. My son-in-law and wife both had bad experiences.
Roger that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back.
Good to hear you back on, Kerry. Merry Christmas.
Really good.
AA success.
I have nothing but high praises for him.
You doubled, Kerry. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I said good to hear you back on, Kerry. AA success and Merry Christmas to everybody.
AA success, KC5 DTU. Hello, Bill, and good to hear you there, and hope everything is good down south there.
Yeah, Roger, everything's going okay here so far. Can't complain. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Well, Merry Christmas to you, and we hear that Mike Control will be around next week, so
must have popped the circuit breaker on this power supply there. We'll come back in a second.
It cut out on me again, but Merry Christmas to you, and hopefully we'll holler at you again before Christmas.
Roger there, Kerry. Good hearing you back on here. Glad you're recuperated there. KC5 DTU, AA success, standing by.
Good evening, Kerry. KC5 DTU, KM6SRR.
KM6SRR, KC5 DTU. Hello, Rob, and all of the critters up on the hill there.
Hey, speaking of critters.
Doing fine. I got one little critter in my lap right now. He just seems to want loving every time I sit down to the radio, over.
I can identify to that, Roger that, and I still miss my little heater.
Yeah, I'll bet you do. We had an interesting thing. Judy and I walked out here. I had been out here earlier, and I left the lights on in the barn, and I put food in the container, 2 containers out here. And we walked there, and one of Bad Boy's sons was here. Boy, is he pretty. He's got a beautiful, big, broad white stripe right down each side. Really pretty. And he let me walk right up. And I had the flashlight in his eyes, and he was a little bit disturbed with the flashlight in his eyes. And then I turned the flashlight away from him. I didn't realize I had it on because it was so bright in the barn already. Anyway, I said, no, you go ahead. You're hungry. I can see you're hungry. He's like 3 feet from my feet. And he was chowing down. That's the first time we've seen a skunk now in 2 weeks. Over.
Boy, you like living dangerous.
Oh, no. They know when you feed them, they don't squirt on you.
Well, if you want visitors up there, I hope so.
I like living on the edge, Kerry.
Yeah, well, I'm looking. Roger. Well, good hearing everybody out there, and I tell you, when you're feeling good, it's nothing like it, and glad to be back. So 73s to everyone. I'll let you have it there, Mikey.
Okay, and I'm pausing. We're missing one regular in here. Terry isn't in here, 704. I wonder where Terry is.
Oh, he's here. KK6ZKE 704.
W6PMD.
Okay, and you were there, Terry, and who was the other one underneath Terry? Go ahead.
W6PMD, SoCal.
W6PMD, was that you, Pat? You're got so much flutter on you, I couldn't recognize you. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you're coming in pretty good. You're jumping around between the 6 and the 9, F6, F9. But yeah, W6PMD, Bozo 58, I'll mark you down, number 47 there, Mike. I hope you had a Merry Christmas coming.
Yeah, you too. We had our Christmas celebration last weekend. All the kids, the grandkids, and the great-grandkids were here. We had about 12 or 13 or 14 for dinner and a big Christmas celebration. So we did good. Let me shoot it around the loop here. You'll probably have 3 or 4 others that want to check in. How about it, Kerry? Rob, are you hearing them?
Oh, yeah. How you doing, Pat? W6PMD. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo.
Yeah, good evening, Rob. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Really good copy on you about S7, S8 here this evening. Just a little bit of flutter tonight on the signal from you, too. So Mike's signal came up a little bit. W6PMD, Bozo 58.
Okay, Pat. Yeah, I'm hearing a little flutter on you, too. This is old Bozo 432. Over.
Roger, got you in the book there, Rob. Good to hear you, man. Have a Merry Christmas.
Okay, over to you, Mike.
See you, Pat.
Over to you, Mike.
6 Sierra, Pat. 800.
800, Bill. Good evening. How you doing?
Yeah, very good. You're coming in here Q5, a little bit up and down, but no problem copying. Merry Christmas to you, Pat, and the family there. W6PMD, AA6S, over.
Copy, AA6S, W6PMD. Yeah, we're doing the whole family doing another cruise here to the Mexican Riviera here after the first of the year. So that'll be our Christmas get-together because half of them are out of town, and so that's when we're going to get together and be the first time since Thanksgiving. Anyway, Merry Christmas to you, Bill, and your family.
QSL, thank you very much. Back to net, AA6S.
W6PMD from Kilo 6 Mike, Italy, 711.
Number 711. Was almost at that store today. Good evening.
Good to hear you about S5, and we're just 150 watts, K6MI.
All righty, K6MI, W6PMD. Not real strong tonight, but I got you in about an S3, S4, S3, S4. No noise up here tonight, thank goodness. So good copy on you. Thanks for checking in, John.
Thanks.
When did you move to Friant, Pat? You're in the shack with us.
I got a fast car.
Oh, boy, you do. Hey, we got one more for you at least. Mike, how about it?
I'm sorry, I just checked back in. I was talking to my son.
Okay, point south and say hello to Pat, Bozo 58 down there in East Los Angeles. What's the best town to say you're in, Pat? Over.
Riverside's probably a pretty good direction.
Riverside, okay.
Tell Pat good evening for me there, if you would, Mike. WB6ISO.
ISO, Dennis, do you want to call W6PMD and Delta Mike 13?
Yeah, I heard he came in very good up here, Pat, at one point of time, but then the signal dropped off. But good evening from Northern California, Sacramento, WB6ISO.
Okay, apparently it's dropped out for Pat there. That's Pat, that's Dennis, WB6 India Sierra Oscar, number 86, if you heard him there, Pat. And Mike should be turned down your way now, WA6 Alpha Alpha Juliet. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, not sure if I'm going to hear him. W6PMD, W6PMD. This is Whiskey Alpha 6, Alpha Alpha Juliet, over.
Alpha Alpha Juliet, calling in.
Again, Mike.
Whiskey Alpha 6, Alpha Juliet, Delta Mike 06. Over.
Give him your number.
Oh, sorry. 727.
Oh,
727.
yeah, I got you. 727 is, now I got you. Now pretty close. Probably like 6 Alpha Juliet, 5 and 6, almost 5 and 7 there. Mike, good copy, over.
Okay, Roger, 5657. You're kind of light with me. You're about a 3x3, and I've got noise in this direction for some reason, but I appreciate the check-in. W6PMD, WA6AJ.
73, Mike. Merry Christmas.
Okay, boy, it really dropped down in a hurry, Pat, but 73s, have a great Christmas if we miss you between now and then. We will be on Christmas Eve, and we will be on Christmas Day evening. We will be on both days, but I don't know if you're going to be in there. It's a loose net. We're not making commitments, but we'll be here because I have no commitments on those days. I think one of those days is a Wednesday. I'm not sure even. Hi. 7-3, Pat. W6PMD. Anybody else for Pat before we go to Atascadero? K6 MYC.
No, but I'll check in. K6USY.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, it's just checking in. I actually could hear Pat for a little bit, but not enough to make a contact. So, but K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Okay, we got you.
Yeah, hang on there, no copy on Karen there, Mike. No copy on Karen.
Roger, no problem. That's Aaron, K6 Uniform Sugar Yankee on a whole loop. Over.
Okay, Aaron. I'm sorry, Aaron. I didn't have him give me one more call.
Yeah, if you catch him on a peak, you can work him. His number's 1079-1079. Try it one more time, Aaron. It might be coming up. Go ahead, Aaron.
What's W6PMD, Kilo 6, Uniform Sierra Yankee, Kilo 6, Uniform Sierra Yankee, 1079, and Delta Mike 06, over.
K6, Uniform Sierra Yankee, Kilo 6, Uniform Sierra Yankee, up in Fresno, in copy on Whiskey 6, Papa Mike Delta, Whiskey 6, Papa Mike Delta, over.
Give me your number again. Aaron.
Yeah, I'm only hearing them through your radio right now, but 1079-1079, 1079, over.
He copied you the first time, so good try, almost got contact. But boy, the band is up and down. It's just all over the place tonight. Anyway, Pat, that's 1079, and his wife is always in the shack with him. She is 1100 there, Pat, so you can check them both in there. Hi. 73 W6PMD near Riverside, K6 MYC.
Roger, Mike. Roger. I'll get them both marked down. Then 1179. W6PMD, Yalin, 73. Merry Christmas to everybody from Central Valley.
7-3, Pat. Okay, I think we should go to Atascadero. Go get him, Bill.
Okay, take me a second to crank the antenna around.
Aaron, for your information, we did re-plug in the computer. You might have a signal from my controller here, over.
I can double check here. I didn't see it earlier, but I've had this up for a bit, and nope, still not seeing it at the moment. So we'll just wait until Frank is feeling better, or if I got time next week, I can maybe go up there and fuss with it.
Well, Frank can, but Frank's still under the weather. He still isn't checking in here, so. Well, we did find the USB connector from the back of the controller had been disconnected from the cable that goes to the computer, and I think we plugged it in the right one, but we're not sure. Rob did it for me, and I didn't know which one it unplugged itself from, but I think you could only plug it in one, right, Rob?
Yeah, there's only one that matched up, and both cables are long, so I'm not sure how they came disconnected. Over.
The computer's on and running. Rob said he could see it was lit up.
Yeah, well, I'm still not seeing it connected to the internet, so something else is messed up with it. You know, for all I know, it's sitting there just with a stupid screen up, and it's not booting. So who knows? But as I said, I am on vacation next week, so if I feel motivated, maybe I'll wander up that way and I can take a look at it.
Well, let's hope Frank can get by here in the next few days.
Yep, exactly. K6USY.
Yeah, I think, Mike, I should have probably turned it on and off and rebooted. That's usually what you do. Over.
Yeah, we probably could have rebooted it, turned it off, and unplugged it, and then plugged it in, and then rebooted it up. Yeah, that probably would have done a job on it. Probably something very simple. The computer seems to light up, so at least it's got power and stuff.
QUI AA6S.
Where are you, Ron? W6QUI, K6MYC, and the Bozo Net.
QUI, W6QUI, AA6S.
Time to wake up, Ron. K6USY.
Okay, I'm sort of pointed over towards Santa Cruz. Let's see if KW6 Sugar is in here. How about it, Tom? KW6S, K6MYC. About you, Lee, Alpha Foxtrot 6 United, AF6U in Watsonville area, K6MYC, over.
K6MYC from AF6 United, the countdown Bozo, 10-9-8. And I'm here tonight, and you're sounding good.
Yeah, no, you're real loud over here. And I'm sure Tom's around somewhere. He just may be asleep at the wheel there. He's checked in every night this week, one way or the other. So we've gotten him. So he's been in here. We had 21 check-ins last night on 1296, which was near a record, over.
Wow, that's pretty terrific. I still am kind of contemplating whether or not I want to get involved in 1296, but that's just another whole bunch of equipment that I have to acquire and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely a very interesting prospect.
Well, the other option is to sell the other stuff off you have for 432 and 2 meters and just get a Nikon 9700, which has the 1296 in it, has 2 meters and 432, and then you only have to worry about 6, over.
You're loud. KB6.
Yeah, that might be a plan, but not in my immediate future. I did do a little bit of work today on the Quaggy, and it looks like everything's straightened out quite nicely. I'm probably going to reorient the quad parts because I had them in the square position. I think I'm going to do what you suggested earlier and put them in the diamond-shaped position and get that thing all back together. I certainly am not going to be on the air tomorrow night on 432, but I'm crossing my fingers. Maybe next week I'll at least have a whisper on the frequency, and moving forward, I'm starting to play around with the short tower that I'm going to put up and considering the options with that. So I'm hoping that moving into the new year, I'll have it a little bit better together. Go ahead.
Okay. You must feed that driven element loop at the bottom of the diamond at the bottom part or the top. You can feed it to the top or the bottom. It doesn't make any difference. But if you feed it on the side, it'll be vertically polarized, and it won't match up with your element. So you want to feed it. I assume when you had it in the square configuration, you were in between the spreaders, right?
Yes, it was being fed from the bottom section of the square part, and so I will reorient. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rebend the wire so that the diamond is the right diamond shape, but the feed point is at the bottom, and that's always the easiest to support and keep the water out of and stuff like that. So I think that's how I'm going to go.
Yeah, either that or at the top. Again, maybe water at the top. I mean, feed it at the top or the bottom of the diamond. Either way, very good. I heard another breaker underneath you. I don't think it was Tom, but who was the other breaker that wanted to check in? Go ahead. K6MYC and the Bozo Net.
971. Very loud here.
You both were too quick, and you doubled exactly. I didn't get either one of you.
It was 775, Mike.
Okay, got 775. Who was the other one? Was that you, Dave?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, 971, K6VBG. Good evening. And we've got Mike over here in Daly City. Take one, Mike, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, and the group K6MYC.
K6MYC, KB6WFC. Thank you, Mike. And the group, 49 degrees and very clear here. We didn't have any fog, but when I got to work in Sunnyvale, it was foggy, so kind of interesting weather this morning.
Yeah, it was really, really dark and overcast here all day. We didn't get any sun whatsoever today. No sun at the morning, no sun in the daytime, and no sun in the evening. Just heavy, heavy overcast and dark. It was so dark in the morning when I got up at 8 o'clock or 8:30. I thought it was 6 in the morning. It was really bad. And it was chilly, too, because there's no wind, luckily, but it was pretty chilly outside. Anyway, good to hear you, Mike. Thank you for calling in, and good we caught you in the last minute last night on 1296 for number 21. Thank you.
Roger. Yeah, that was pretty lucky.
Yeah, and you're booming in here tonight. We've got, again, a very good propagation across the east-west path here this evening. I'm not even pointed at you. I'm pointed at Santa Cruz. I haven't moved the antenna since we tried to get Tom in here. Let's see if Tom is in here. KW6 Sugar, Tom.
K6MYC, KW6 yeah, I'm here. I was just working a Eastern Kiribati station and was hustling to get the antenna back in the right direction.
Who was that? You, Tom?
Yeah, I was just working T32 TTT, and I had to get the antenna pointed back at you here.
Yeah, no problem. Your Bozo number 610, and there was somebody else in there with you. Who was the other one?
WB6JNP.
Okay. Hi, Dane. 107. Good to hear you. Hang on a second. Let me finish up with Tom and Lee there in the Bay Area. And I guess you got Kiribati. That's a slam dunk for you. Although it's a nice one, it's a rare one, but it's easy to do it. You don't have to work through a whole bunch of terrain to get to Kiribati. KW6S, Santa Cruz, K6MYC, and the Bozo Net.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I did. I got them on 15 and 20, and I got the antenna back in time, and now they're on 17 meters, but I don't have to point that antenna. I'm omnidirectional on 17, so I'll give them a shot on 17 as well tonight. WB6JNN.
And there's Jim, WB6JNN. Give Judy your number, Jim.
285.
Okay, hang on a second. I've got quite a pile in front of you here. Lee, I'm going to let you go. I know we won't hear you tomorrow night on 432, but it sounds like you're making headway there, and I'm glad you got the quad fixed up there. AF6 United for a final K6MYC.
Oh, I won't hold it. I'll just toss it back to you. K6MYC from AF6 United. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Lee, 7-3. AF6 United, K6MYC. Tom, 73 to you. We'll see you, of course, tomorrow night on 432. Let's see. Let me shoot it to you, Jim. I think we've got everybody pretty much checked in here. WB6JNN, good strong signal tonight. Everybody's pounding in here from the Bay Area. K6MYC.
Yeah, you're just a little over S9 yourself. K6MYC.
Good evening, Mike. I'm going to go inside.
Roger, Dave.
And yeah, it's actually somewhat clear tonight. I'm surprised at that, but it was cloudy all day. Just light, wispy stuff, not terrible. And let's see. Oh, last night I called you several times on 1296, but I don't think you ever heard me. So, but there was a really crappy night too. You were only S4 to 5, and normally you don't hear me at that level. So anyway, that's the story. WB6JNN.
Yeah, well, the other guys told me that you were there, so we did check you in. You did get checked in, over.
Yeah, that's fine. But there were a couple of times you got over S5. You would have heard me then, but it was mainly down, not up.
Yeah, you're right. It was a very poor night, strangely enough, but we had 21 check-ins. So even though the night was poor, we did not get anybody out of Nevada. We could have gotten 2 more in Nevada and 1 more in Grass Valley, and there was 2 or 3 that we missed that were pretty easy. So we could have had a banner night on 1296, but still good at 21. I can't complain. So who cares? We missed Ed also. Ed didn't check in, so there was another one. So we could have been well past 25 if we'd gotten most of the guys in here that normally show up. Thank you, Jim. Good to hear you. And we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully on 432. Merry Christmas. WB6JNN, K6MYC, listening for other check-ins from the Bay Area. Oh, my, quiet. W6PQL, are you here?
Yeah, I am. For some reason, you took a great big old fade when you called for the Bay Area again, so I was just waiting for somebody else to fill in before I called you so that you didn't have to struggle with me during the fade. Really weird over here right now. It's 41, and I was looking at the forecast, and it's supposed to go up almost 10 degrees overnight, so I guess we're going to get some cloud cover overnight, and I'm hoping for a nice day tomorrow, although I'm seeing 50 to 60 degrees, something like that. I'll be out there chasing golf balls again. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Well, we hope it warms up for us. It was really overcast and cold here all day. We did work outside quite a bit. Rob came over and we split wood with my new log splitter. Worked beautifully. We had a whole bunch of wood to split, and we got every single piece that needed to be split. There's probably one log piece hiding somewhere, but I think we got 99% of it. Anyway, it worked really good. We didn't have any problems with the log splitter whatsoever. It's got a wonderful little, funny little touch start on it, a little button you touch, and it tells the engine to say, okay, he's ready. And if you touch it again, then it starts. I mean, you don't have to even hold it in. You just touch it, and it cranks all by itself. It just gets a signal and cranks and starts right away. So it's really slick. We stopped and started it several times. We probably could have shut it off a few more times, but you forget. It's so easy to start and stop that we forget to do it. Used to be, if you shut it off, you had to pull it and reset the carburetor and all that stuff. This thing is just so automatic. It's unbelievable. Little Chinese engine, but I think they've done a really good job on this thing. Anyway, it's very powerful, too. It doesn't seem to bog down at all, even running at a very, very slow RPM, just above idle. And it went...
Who fixed it?
Yeah, we had a Bozo member fix it. Yeah, Adam fixed it. He's KE6VON. did the repair work on it for me. And he also fixed one. He's my chainsaw guy, but he also worked us up and did a very beautiful job on repainted everything, sandblasted all the old rusty parts on the.
Looks brand new.
Yeah, Beauty says it looks brand new. The hydraulic oil holder, the tank for that is painted red, and the engine's yellow, and he's got all kinds of color codes all over it. It's beautiful. Anyway, I moved the antenna a little bit, so this should be better for you. W6PQL, and hopefully you can break into the 80s tomorrow, K6MYC.
Oh, that'd be nice. It's been a little while since I was down that low. I normally average around 85. My handicap is 15. So that's about where I am. I like to break into the 70s. I only do that a couple times a year, though. That's when I get real lucky. Yeah, I was listening to Adam describe what he was doing for you a couple nights ago, I think, and that sounded pretty good. It's real nice that when you can get something like that that's needs serious repair fixed as well as he apparently fixed it. That's great, Mike. Okay, carry on. W6PQL.
Okay, how about Ed? Ed, are you in here, or have you left for the Panama Canal? I think he's got one more night here. WA6AXX?
Yeah, I'm here. K6MYC, WA6AXX. Go ahead.
Okay, there's 773 for Judy. Good to hear you. And sorry we missed you last night on 1296. You would have been number 22. Over.
Okay, well, I don't remember what I was doing, but I wasn't here. Sorry.
Oh, I know you weren't here, at least hear me on the radio, but that's okay. We had a wonderful night, even though the conditions were really poor, particularly poor to the Bay Area. I did not even hear Jim, JNN. Couldn't hear him at all. And some of the guys were just in and out. It was very full of QSB. I'd get 4 or 5 words, and then they'd go out. So it was a really crappy night compared to tonight, which is spectacular here on 2 meters. Everybody's pounding in from every direction. We had a great bunch of contacts with the guys in L.A., and I think they logged about 6 of us down there, so everybody was getting through. Anyway, won't keep you. Again, I don't think you'll be in here tomorrow night because you'll be either packed and ready to go and going to bed early, or what's your status for tomorrow, Ed? Over.
Oh, tomorrow this time I'll probably be off the coast of San Diego.
Oh, okay. Is it the same boat that you'll be on as you pass through the Panama Canal?
Yeah. So we'll go down a couple of stops on the way to the Panama Canal, then go through it to the Caribbean or the Atlantic side, and then come up maybe one stop or so to Fort Lauderdale. So that's the plan. Then we're going to spend a day at Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral before we fly back.
I was going to say, you must be going to fly back and not sail back through the canal. You have a one-way ticket through the canal. All right, well, good. Sounds good. And have a safe trip. Have an enjoyable trip. It should be warm for you all the way, and I'm sure you won't be enjoying that. It's not overly warm in the Caribbean at this time of year. It's just nice. So you'll have a good time and enjoy the Kennedy Space Center as well. We'll see you at a week or so when you are, a week or two when you get back, and be anxious to hear all the exciting stories. 73 WA6AXX K6MYC.
WB6 on the show. Okay, very good. Yeah, it'll be a chance to spend some quality and quantity time with my daughter and son-in-law and grandson. So and Liz, of course, and Liz's brother. So yeah, it'll be a fun trip. So talk to you in like 3 weeks or so. 73 K6MYC WA6AXX.
Where does your daughter live again? I missed it.
My daughter lives in Belmont, not far from here, but we're all traveling together, so it's 6 of us.
Oh, I see. So that'll be a good long time. You'll have a catch-up time with her. Very good. Okay. See you in 3 weeks, and Ed. And listen, hang on a second. The WB6ISO, are you looking to talk to Ed? Over?
Yeah, I just wanted to know if I can go ahead and get a real early check-in. I got some company that stopped by, so you can't stick around. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we can do an early check-in. We're just about going to your area anyway. But anyway, good to hear you, Dennis. 86, give us all your check-ins 3 at a time, over.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can do real quickly and I'll get out of the way and I appreciate it. The same ones that we normally get here, we got 160, 336, 782 break. Are you ready for the next 3?
Yeah, we are now. She didn't have a pen failed on her. Go ahead with the next 3. We have 782. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. 849, 849, 132, 233 break.
We got those 3. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, and just the very last one for the evening is 1063 and 1064. And a very pleasant good evening to you and Judy. If I don't get back to you between now and then, a Merry Christmas down there. Over, and this is Bozo 86.
Yeah, I missed the last couple because you got massive flutter and Judy didn't copy the numbers, and I'm not sure I got them. Was it 1063 and 1064? Was that the last 2?
Yeah, your signal did drop down a wee bit here. Yes, confirmed 1063 and 1064 over.
Yeah, we got those.
Okay, that's all we got. Thank you very much, and it was nice hearing Pat down there in Southern California. I hope he got me checked in.
Roger. Thank you, Dennis. 73 said WB6ISO. K6MYC. Now over to anybody else in the Bay Area. Bay Area last call. K6MYC.
AB6SR.
AB6SR, missing for a week or so. Good evening, Stan. Good signal over this way. Tell Judy your number.
807, Judy. 807. So nothing new to report here. Been quiet, busy around the house. I haven't been on the air at all much. So good to hear everybody else. Wish you both Merry Christmas there. I won't be on until next time on 2 meters probably. So yeah, you're a great signal here. It's good to hear you. K6MYC, AB6SR. Quiet sort of chat for a week or 2. Back to you.
Yes, okay. Well, just for your information and anybody else that's hearing me, I will be out here on the net on Christmas Eve. I don't know what day that is, and I'll be here, though, because I don't have any other commitments.
Tuesday.
Okay, so we'll be here on 1296 night, 1296 Tuesday, but it's not a requirement that you be there. It's not an official net. I'll just be out here talking to folks and wishing them Merry Christmas and taking check-ins if they want to check in. We'll list it down, but it's not terribly official. And the same thing the next night, Christmas Day evening, we'll be out here on Wednesday for 2 meters. I guess you won't be making those, but that's fine. Meantime, Merry Christmas to you, Stan. Thanks for all the check-ins here through the last year. Go ahead.
Yeah, I might be on Christmas night. Not too sure. It'll probably be quiet here during Christmas. I might be about. So who knows? Anyway, good to hear you. Off on your next call. K6MYC, AB6SR, 807, clear.
Okay, very good. I was just trying to get the heater going again here. AB6SR, K6MYC. Very good. Thank you, Stan. And maybe we will see you at Christmas Day evening. AB6SR, K6MYC. Anybody else in the Bay Area that we've missed? K6KLY, are you here, Russ? No, nothing from Russ. Let's go up and get N6RO and then into Sacramento.
WB6.
Okay. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO, K6MYC.
AJ6QS.
Oh, AJ6 Queen Fox. Good evening. Way off axis for you, but good signal, George. 1034, right?
1031, close. 1031, and it's Alpha Juliet 6 Quebec Lima. Yeah, good evening, Mike.
Good evening, George. I don't know, are we that slow getting in there? I guess I'm going slow tonight.
Wonderful, so great to hear you.
Yeah, good to hear you, and thanks very much for hanging in there. I guess I'm running a little late, but let me get N6RO if he's there. N6 Radio Oscar, are you there, Ken? Oh, Ken might be in the middle of a Zoom meeting or something. Okay, that being said, let me go further up your way. I'm way off of you. Let's see what happens when I get up this way. What number is that, Judy?
N6RO.
Okay. And now I'm up at 334, and N6RO checks in, 835. Good evening, Ken.
Yeah, hi, Mike and Judy. N6RO, Bozo 835. Temperature range was a high of 51 and a low of 34. And dinner was, what was dinner? It was fish. It was halibut and asparagus. And we got, I think I mentioned last night, we got 222 back online for next week. So we're making progress, getting ready for the contest. N6RO.
Yeah, can you give me a heads up on what the problem was? Do you know what he found in the transverter that was causing it not to work?
It was not the transverter. It was settings in the K3 that somehow got corrupted, and he traced it down finally, and it seems to work normally now.
Oh, okay. So it was something more software related than any hardware. Good. That's good news. So glad you got that sorted out. Thanks much for that. We'll look for you on Monday, of course.
Yeah, right. We'll do that. And tomorrow night on 432, the amplifier should be approaching John Stanford's shop in the next day or two, and I'll want to call him next week and see what the progress is. I need to urge him to get it done so I can use it in the contest in a month from now. 7-3 for now, N6RO.
Yeah, we got to get you on for the contest, no doubt about that. All right, Ken, thank you very much. Good evening. We had leftovers tonight, but they were excellent. It was from a Japanese restaurant that Matt brought home the night before. But they had so much food that I couldn't eat it all the first night, nor could Judy, so we had it again tonight. We didn't even wait for Matt to get home and cook dinner. We couldn't wait. We just ate it. But it was excellent. So there you are. We're cooked. We're stuffed and ready for the dessert in the evening here when we get back in the house. We had a skunk visitor when we came out to the shack tonight. A little bad boy was out here with a big, beautiful white stripes, 2 inches wide on the side of his body. I've never seen this one before. He's got just different coloring, but a beautiful little skunk, and he was busy eating, and I walked up. Judy said, "Oh, look, there's a skunk," and I walked right up to him. Before I saw him, I was standing 3 feet away from him, and he must have been really hungry because he looked up at me. And I said, no, it's okay. You can go ahead and eat. And he put his head back down and continued to eat. So he's pretty much at ease with us. 7-3 Ken, K6MYC.
Love your skunk. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Golf Yankee, WB62GY, Bozo 884.
Okay, 884, we've got you, and I thought I heard somebody else. Who was the other one in there? Was that KJ6 KFB? Was that you, Darren?
No, but I'm here.
Okay. So we got 884 and 756, and let me find out who the other check-in was. Who was the other check-in? It might have been somebody from from Clear Lake, but we've got Clear Lake already checked in. Go ahead, the break, K6MYC. Over, over. Okay, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Dave. N1PPP. And tell Kent Merry Christmas for us as well. We hear you, Dave. Very, very weak. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. N1 Papa, Papa, Papa. K6MYC 73.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Thank you, 73. Okay, there you go. We got him. We had him in here already anyway. All right, let me come back up to Sacramento. Go ahead. Let's see. Darren, take it away. K6MYC.
Well, good evening, Mike. Kilo Juliet 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo 756 for the check-in.
Yeah, and you're very loud. Who was the other one before him? The one number. Okay, very good, Darren. Good to hear you. And then we've also got Phil in here, 884. We had Phil on 20 meters this morning, but not very good propagation for Phil to the South African boys. We were banging around S7 to S9 with them, but Phil didn't have very good propagation. I've got an unusually good location here. But anyway, good evening to you, Darren. Thanks very much for checking in. And if we miss you somewhere along the line, hopefully we'll hear your 8 watts on 432 tomorrow. Over.
432, we got 20. No, you were thinking 220. 220 is the light 6-watter. At any rate, yeah, maybe we'll catch up. Sounding good tonight, though. Coming in loud and clear. KJ6, KFB.
Yeah, you're loud and clear, too, and the headings are all screwed up. The propagation is not where it should be, but we'll take it. Wherever it is, it's coming in good. Thank you, Darren. And we'll look for your 20 watts on 432. That should be a slam dunk, no question. Over.
Yeah, usually is.
Okay, up to you, Phil. WB6GGY, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay there, Mike. WB6GGY, you and Judy sound good tonight, and hope you have a good evening there. The band's been pretty decent here so far on 2 meters, and yeah, 20 meters was pretty shaky this morning. Not the best path, but it was fun. South Africa was in and out, up and down, so we made the best of it. Okay, you and Judy have a great evening, and we'll let you get back to the rest of the gang. WB6GGY, Bozo 884, thank you for being there.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Phil. Good to hear you, and say hi to Barbara there in the background, and we'll see you next Monday, next Sunday night, I guess. Have a good Christmas.
We'll look for you then. WB6GGY 73.
73. And it ain't quite Christmas next Sunday night, but close. I see you then. I got a cramp. Okay. Okay, let's see. How about KO6KD? Bill, are you in here?
Yep. I'm just standing around here waiting for my turn, watching the propagation go up and down. Hopefully you're copying me. KO6KD776 checking in.
Yeah, no, you're loud. I just wasn't pointed at you until just now. So you're a good copy here. And you probably heard the reports on the 20-meter band. I don't know, did you listen at all this morning?
Yeah, I did. I listened a little bit. And I was hearing the guys, I'm hearing Rolf much better than I'm hearing Billy. But then again, well, you know the situation there, so we won't bother going over that. But I did listen in a little bit. And I did not hear Bob. I could you and Phil were very, very light. Actually, I should say Phil and Bob. Anyway, whatever. I could hear you, and I could hear the guys over there in Africa. Ralph at times was an S9, but certainly not as strong as we have seen in the past. But still, I'm quite amazed that we've got the propagation there. So anyway, I don't know. I didn't. It seemed like I walked away or fell asleep or did something, but when I came back, you guys were finished up. So I'm not sure if I missed out entirely or what the deal was. But at any rate, are you planning on being there tomorrow morning? Over.
Yeah, we'll be there tomorrow morning, but I was on for a long time after I signed with the South Africans because I was working a King Henry station that was portable on Maui, running 10 watts and a half-size vertical. So 10 watts and a half-size vertical for Maui, and I was struggling. But we talked for 10 or 15 minutes after I signed with Billy. I'm sure I wasn't done until about 9:15, almost 9:30, over.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I remember hearing you, but I sure don't remember hearing the other guy. Wow. Yeah, that certainly shows the superiority of your station. I did not hear a whisper out of that guy.
Yeah, and that's what he was finding. He said he was very disappointed in his propagation from Maui on 20 meters. I said, well, you ought to try 10. And he hadn't even tried 10. He'd been there 8 or 9 days, and he hadn't tried 10 meters yet. Oh, why are you beating your head to death at 20 meters? I'm probably the only station, like you say, that could hear the guy from the West Coast. Or a few. There's only a few of us who could do it anyway. Anyway, no problem. Anyway, we'll be there in the morning unless something happens. It was very drowsy, really dark this morning. If it hadn't been for Judy waking me up at 8 o'clock, I wouldn't have made it because it felt like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning for light, over.
Oh, yeah. I remember hearing you say that, and I looked out the window and said, well, it's not quite that dark here. For some reason, I just could not sleep very well, so I was up. I had a couple hours sleep, back up again at 6 a.m. and was doing some things and listened to the guys, Dennis and the guys, Dennis and Danny and some guys over on 3950. Wait a minute, 30. Anyway, they're down on 80 meters, so I listened to them for a while till they cleared off and spun around for a while until you got closer to 8 o'clock. So anyway, it's starting to come back to me now. I guess I don't even remember what I was doing this morning now that I think about it. Good Lord. But I did remember hearing you talk to the guy over and 10 meters on a half-size 20-meter antenna. Heaven's sakes, yeah, he definitely ought to be up on 10. Well, anyway, all right. Enough said. I don't want to take up any more of your time, so I'll look for you. I'll be listening tomorrow, and look for you tomorrow night on 432. There will be a net tomorrow night, will there not?
Okay. Sounds good. We'll look for you tomorrow night, and tomorrow on 20 we'll be there. But if nobody shows up, I may just go back over to 40, and I'll announce. If I don't hear anybody on 20, I'll go to 40. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow night. 7-3 for now, Bill. KO6KD and listening for KR6MR. John, are you in there? Are you copying? KR6MR, K6MYC.
410.
410. Good evening, Russ. 410 KW6T in Latrobe, K6MYC. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Mike. Just working on the shack. Decided to just take everything out of it and clean it all up and then rebuild it again. So I do have the 2-meter rig plugged in, though. But anyway, no, it's a good evening. I'll have the grandkids over today, and that's all sort of fun. We'll have them again Friday. And anyway, we're we're just kind of doing the normal retired stuff. Having a little shot of scotch right now with the radio, which goes along pretty well with that. So with that, Mike, I'll send it back to you. KE6MYC, here's KW6T.
Okay, very good, Russ. KW6T, K6MYC, and good signal as always, of course. Fine on the grandkids and all that. We had all that last weekend with the grandkids and the great-grandkids here. We had quite a troop. I think we had 5, maybe 6 kids total. Yeah, I think we had 6. I'm not sure now. Anyway, 6 great-grandkids and 3 grandkids. Some were missing because they're out of town. And my kids, of course, were here. My boys. So there you are. 7-3, and we'll see you maybe Sunday night if you can get in here between the grandkids and the scotch. Over.
Oh no, the scotch isn't that often. It's just maybe once a week or so. Just a little bit of an enjoyment. But anyway, yeah, I plan on being here on Sunday, so we'll catch you then, Mike. So hey, 73, have a great evening. Happy holidays. For some reason, if I don't get to talk to you in between now and the big day, so we'll catch you at some point. But looking forward to Sunday. K6MYC, KW6T, Bozo 410, clear.
Okay, same here. Looking forward to Sunday night, and then the rest of the week. We will be on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day evening. That's another 2-meter day. So if you're not doing anything and the grandkids and everybody's gone home Wednesday night, why pop back in here and say hello. It's kind of a loose net. It'll be, I guess I'm going to call it an official net, but I'm expecting too many people to check in on Christmas Day evening. If it's free for you and you got time, why we'll say hello and wish everybody a Merry Christmas. In the meantime, Merry Christmas to you if we happen to miss you one way or the other, and we'll see you whenever. Good night. KW6T, K6MYC. Anybody else in the send? How about, where did John go tonight? KR6MR. John, where are you?
W6KF.
Okay. There's Ken in Waterford, isn't it?
That's right. Hello, Mike. Nice to hear you. It's been a while. Hey, my buddy up there in Marin tells me that last week he heard somebody was looking for a 50-foot crank-up tower, self-supporting, and I've got one, but I need to move.
Well, now I've forgotten who's looking for the damn thing. I've asked a couple of people, and but let me get your phone number written down on a separate piece of paper, and tell me what the model is. It a self-supporting 54-footer, or what is it?
No, it's a 51. It's a Tri-X W51, same as now Tastion Towers has it, Tastion. W51, 51-foot self-supporting crank-up tower. It's got coax arms, it's got rotor plate, it's got the winch. All it needs is the base, and you can get that from Tastion.
Yeah, Tastion. Okay. You have a round number that you're looking for?
Oh yeah, I got a real round number. It's $1,000. Take it or leave it. No offers. I'll keep it till I die for any less than that.
Oh, I agree. No, that's a great price. Great price. So we'll pass it around. There's somebody that's wanting one that's just like that. That's exactly what he's looking for, and I'll be damned if I can remember who it is. But we'll keep hawking your product. Now, what I need is, Ken, give me your phone number if you don't mind, and we'll write it on a piece of paper. We've got yours, and we've got Dennis also. WB6ISO is selling a 40-foot mast, self-supporting mast. So we got that one on our books also here. And in case anybody's looking for a shorter mast-type tower, as opposed to a tower, that would be good. But that's great price. And I'm sure somebody will pick you up. If I'm ready for are you ready for your right phone number down somewhere? You got a piece of scratch there? I may have a scratch paper over here. You ready?
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
226 here, WA6OIB. Lee over there on the coast, he's looking for one.
Who is it?
Lee, over there, AF6U?
No, he's not looking for one. We offered it, and he indicated that he wasn't quite ready for that yet.
Yeah, okay, he's called me several times and texted me, and so he's not interested anymore. So I'll stop looking for him then. Okay, good evening, WA60IV.
Well, maybe he is, but he didn't want the 40-foot tubular self-supporter. He wasn't interested in that, over.
Yeah, I noticed that. I knew he wasn't interested in that. He was looking for a regular tower, but not a monstrosity, but, 2 or 3 sections.
Okay.
3 or 4 sections, excuse me. So that would work.
Okay. Well, Ken, that's one. It may be if you can look up Alpha Foxtrot 6 United and drop him an email. He may be interested in the tower. I know he'd asked about it. I think maybe he was the one that I was thinking of. But then when I did find a couple of different choices, he didn't want to do those. So maybe he has one specific kind in mind, and yours would be perfect, maybe. So that would be Lee, AF6 United. That's a new call sign. I hope it's in the QRZ page, and I hope he's got his page up to date. Either way, you could send me. I'll get your number and I'll pass it on to Lee. He'll be in here not tomorrow night, but I'll see him on Sunday night on the net here.
What's Russ's number?
Not Russ. This is Ken, W6 Kilo Fox. I need your
tower. Who's selling the tower?
Ken, W6KF. Ken, we need your Bozo number. Do you remember it?
Oh yeah, 191.
Okay, we'll get that down, and then we're ready to take your phone number as well. Go ahead.
Okay, 209 499 3434. 209-499-3434.
We got it. Okay. And just right down underneath that 51-foot SS tower, self-supporting tower. And write down $1,000.
Yeah, you may add, it's got the coax arms, the rotor plate, and the winch.
Yeah, I won't clutter with that, but right, I know it's got everything on it, so that's wonderful. Rotor winch and everything. All it doesn't have is the stuff that goes in the ground, but you have to either buy that from Tation or get it from a big. We buy our stuff from Mid-Valley Hardware, and I've got some nice big long threaded bolts that go in the ground or in the concrete with the stuff that we need for that. But anyway, that's his issues on that end. Thank you, Ken. Great to hear you again. And I haven't heard your cohort there. I've got a stupid K6UDE. I don't know where he's been. That just dawned on me that he hasn't checked in for months now.
Okay, well, it's funny. The only time I hear from him is on the Bozo Net, so I don't really see him driving around lately. I'm not sure what's up.
I wonder if he's sick or something, because it just dawned on me. But he used to come down here quite a bit, Jim Moody, and I just haven't seen him, and he hasn't checked in. And that's odd. So maybe we'll try and reach out to Jim and see if we can find out if he's okay. He was very much into guns and stuff, of course, but I don't think that would keep him off the air. And I don't think this has been long since before the cold weather set in, so I don't think it was a cold weather thing that kept him out of the shack either. So that reminds me we should find out what's going on with Jim there. Thank you, Ken. Great to hear you. W6 Kilo Fox, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Well, nice to hear you also, and glad I got back in here. Usually when I come in and check into the Bozo, I'm kind of late. I was thinking it was 8:30. It's usually my wife has a function outside of the house somewhere, and I think, hey, I got nothing to do. I'm going to check in. So anyway, I am. And I spent the whole day working on antennas. I moved a whole VHF stack over from that 51 I took down over to a 70 we put up. And so I've been busy for the last week or so doing that. Finally got it cranked up in the air today. So tomorrow I'll finish the coax and get her going. So anyway, nice to hear you, Mike. W6KF.
Yeah, same here, Ken. Great to hear you. Merry Christmas. Happy holiday season if we don't catch you between now and Christmas. 73. K6MYC, QRZ. Anybody else before we go to Nevada?
Whiskey Radio X-ray.
Okay, whiskey what?
Whiskey 2 Whiskey Romeo X-ray. Mili Kalikimaka.
Yeah, Mili Kalikimaka to you as well, Carl. Good to hear you. 294, right?
Roger, 294.
Okay, very good. Good to hear you. We haven't heard you for a month or so either. You've been kind of quiet. Just busy, it sounds like, over.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy there. Yeah, everything's doing okay there, Mike. I'm all right, too, as well. Hopefully everybody's doing good and have a good holidays.
Well, thank you, and the same to you, of course. And thank you for reminding me. You know, I thought about it the other day, and I've got the Hawaiian background. I didn't ever live there for any length of time, but I have so many connections, and we own property, and I had the house built over there and all that. Then I knew, all the local colloquialisms and the mele kalikimaka, and I could not think of that the other night. I was trying to give somebody a Hawaiian Merry Christmas, and I'll be damned if I couldn't bring that up. So you helped me get that back in the front of the memory bank, over.
Roger on that. Yeah, I want to also say Happy New Year, or Ha'ole Makahiki Hao 2025.
Now that's one you're going to have to teach me. I'm going to make you come back here between Christmas and New Year's and teach me that again. Thank you, Carl. Good to hear you. From the middle of the valley here, and appreciate you calling in. W2WRX K6MYC. Good evening.
Okay, have a good one there, Mike, and aloha. Whiskey 2 Whiskey Romeo X-ray.
Aloha. Okay, anybody else before we go to Nevada? I'm still looking for KR6MR, but maybe he's got company tonight. 230. Well, we'll take 230. Hi, Jerry. KO6HS. I didn't forget you, but I just didn't call specifically up that way, so I'm glad you picked up on it. Merry Christmas to you, and thanks for checking in. KO6HX in Reading. 230, go ahead, K6MYC.
Roger. See if we can get back to you this time. A little bit weaker, but pretty steady.
Oh, you were too quick for me. I didn't get a chance to peek on you. In the meantime, let me see if I can hear Rich in there. KD6SW, KD6 Sopping Wet, K6MYC. Go ahead, Rich.
Well, okay. This is KD6 Shortwave, number 145. Hello, 123. Yeah, you were up to about S9 for a while, then you slowly went down there. Anyway, I'll copy enough time for the rotator to go ahead. Over.
Yeah, I'm playing with the rotator, and I got your 145 okay, but you're pretty weak. You're actually weaker than Jerry at the moment, but the band's up and down here. But good to hear you, and of course the same to you. Season's greetings, of course, and Merry Christmas. If for some reason we miss you Sunday night, we will be on the net on Wednesday, Christmas Day evening. I'll be out here and try to see who we can work and say Merry Christmas to on the official day. Good to hear you, as always. Are you guys getting rain up there? We were very overcast, and it could have rained here. It was dark enough to rain, but not a drop. We did not get a drop of rain. KD6SW, K6MYC, over.
Well, okay, KD6 Shortwave. No rain today, and probably not tomorrow either. I think we're supposed to get some rain in on Saturday. We'll see how that works out. But it's been nice today. It's 53 degrees at the present time, so heck, it's summertime here in Shasta. Over.
Yeah, it sure is. Boy, we didn't get to 53 all day, and it sure isn't 53 out there now. It's not cold enough to see your breath, but it's somewhere in the high 40s, and really not pleasant. Anyway, great signal. You came right up at the end there. Let me shoot it over to Jerry. It's probably up for him. And thanks again for checking in, and we'll see you on Sunday night, hopefully. KO6HS.
We got 43 tonight and 65 tomorrow.
Okay, 65 degrees tomorrow, so maybe some of your warmer temperatures are coming down to see us tomorrow. We're looking forward to it. We haven't broken 60 for 3 or 4 days here. 70 on Friday. Holy cow, break out the shorts and the Zoris. Over to you, Jerry, KO6HS, K6MYC for your final, Jerry.
They're real good. Yeah, it came up a little bit there. Came up, and hopefully we're making it back there. Yeah, we had a fairly nice day today. Lots of sun, so we're outside doing stuff in the garage there. So it's like Rich said, the rain is coming. So anyway, I'm glad we caught you before you ran off to Nevada. 73, and we'll catch you next time. KO6AHF.
Yeah, 73. And okay, on the rain coming, hopefully we'll get some too. Although it doesn't sound like it with the temperatures going up to the 70 bracket. Maybe right after that we'll get some rain. Hi. Thank you, Jerry. Good to hear you as always, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and the family there. KO6HS Reading, KD6SW Reading or Shasta, K6MYC clear 73. Okay, anybody else before we go to Nevada? K6MYC, Bozo Net, 2 meters. Okay, I'm going up to Nevada. Here we are toward Nevada. KD6BQ, KD6BQ. KD6BQ or N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. Anybody?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249, over.
Yeah, big signal, Richard. Good to hear you. And I imagine it's cold and wet up there, huh?
Well, it's a little cool, not too wet. We still got a little bit of snow left on the ground. No precipitation today, but it's currently 29 degrees out there, over.
Brr. Well, you can keep your 29 up there. Don't send any more of that down here, okay?
Yeah, luckily for you, the wind here tends to come from the southwest, so not much of this is going your direction, over.
Yeah, we're getting that funny southwest, well, it's a south wind. It's almost due south where it's coming from. You wouldn't think it would be cold, but boy, it is. It's just cold. For us, it's cold. You know, in the 40s to us, that's cold, particularly when the wind blows. We're a bunch of pansies down here. Anyway, good to hear you. And have you heard anybody else on here this evening?
I haven't heard anybody else. I talked to Dennis on 2:30 at about 7 o'clock-ish or so, a little after 7. But other than that, haven't heard anybody else around. But I was out. I just got back here into the shack because I was trying to give the dog his medicine. He's kind of mad at me. He doesn't want to take those pills. He's giving me a hard time.
Yeah, we used to have to wrap them in a little piece of hamburger. Take a little piece of hamburger, make a ball about 1 inch in diameter, and stick the pill in there, and then put it in his mouth, and then hold his mouth shut. So he had to chew it carefully. He couldn't spit it out. They tend to want to roll it around and check what's in that ball of meat, but after a while they get the message. They just swallow it and be done with it. So I'm sure you've figured that out by now. Anyway, let's see, Richard, let me just see if Daniel's here. I think Daniel's got something up for 2. He's checking in with me on one band or another. So, Daniel, are you in there tonight? KE7UQL, K6MYC.
Roger, here is 272. This is KE7UQL. Hello, Mike.
Good evening, and Merry Christmas to you there, sir. We've been missing you, of course, in your melodious voice. We could have used you on 1296 the other night. We had 21, and we were missing 6 or 7 people that normally check in, so we could have had a record night on 1296. Hi. Anyway, great to hear you. Sounding pretty good here. I didn't optimize you with the antenna, but your Q5, Daniel. And I think this is the only band you've got antennas for, if I remember right. I don't think you've got 432 up yet. Anyway, maybe one of these days we'll see you on those other bands. KE7UQL, K6MYC.
Well, I'll certainly have to put the rest of them up for the January contest over.
Yeah, well, we knew you were going to do that. Yeah, that would be good.
And I had 10 meters up for the contest, did very well. Worked New Zealand and Argentina, Brazil, did very good on the 10-meter contest over.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, the 10 meters was quite wide open. Ken down there and his team, they have 15 elements on 10 meters and he worked I don't know how many points. It was 3,000 contacts or something, some ridiculous number, maybe more even, on 10 meters mostly. So, and he did a little bit on CW. He worked 49 states and 39 countries or something on barefoot QRP in between the phone conversations that he was struggling with because they were crushing him on phone. He had to squeeze those in between the guys talking big on the big beam, over.
Yes, Roger, understood. Yes, I usually just pass up the pile-up and go for the people who are calling and not getting answers. Those are the ones I like to work over.
Yeah, of course, and they're listening, too. They got their ears out. Okay. Great to hear you, Daniel. And I guess this is the only band. Is this the only band you have antennas working?
Well, I took 432 down and put this one up for you, over.
Okay, good. Okay. Well, then we'll see you Sunday night. And I will be on here on Christmas night. Christmas night, not Christmas Eve, but Christmas night. I'll also be on Christmas Eve, but you won't have 1296 up. But Christmas night, I will be here as a loose net. It's not imperative that you're here, but if you have nothing else to do, check in with me on Wednesday night next on Christmas here. 7-3 for now, Daniel, and we'll see you perhaps on Sunday night as well. KE7UQL, Carson City area, K6MYC.
Okay, we'll see what we can do. We have another storm coming in for the weekend, and if the winds get too high, then I put things down, okay?
Yeah, QSL.
Oh, 7-3, and good night.
QSL on the winds, understand. If we don't hear you, we'll know what happened. Hopefully no damage. Hi. 7-3, Daniel. And Richard, back to you. I've moved a little bit, but you can probably still hear me. 73, Richard. We'll take one quick standby for Larry on 7WT, but I guess he's been under the weather a little bit, over.
Yep, doesn't sound like there's any Larry tonight. Yeah, he hopefully starts feeling better pretty soon, though.
Yeah, we would hope so. He hasn't checked in here now for a couple of weeks, so we're missing Larry. And we sure could have used him the other night on 222. We only had 11 check-ins. It was really a dismal night. As opposed to the next night on 1296, we had 21, almost double the number, which is quite unusual. 7-3, good evening to you, Richard. Thanks very much for being there, as always. We're over on 20 meters in the mornings on 14203 or 205, so that's where you'll find us if you're looking for us, and if you can get on, that's great. About 8:30 local time. KD6BQ for a final K6MYC. 7-3, did. Okay.
Down in a fade right now.
And it's Q5, but you're down. 7-3. Rob, did you want to call him?
Sure. How you doing, Daniel?
KE7UQL, this is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo, over.
Now it's Richard. And I think Daniel's gone, but Richard was in there.
Okay, I had somebody come back. I thought it was Daniel, but KD6BQ. Richard, how you doing? KM6SR here.
The band just dropped out, didn't it?
It's great.
Okay, thank you, Richard, and yeah, Merry Christmas to you and your family, and to Daniel's family, too. I hear Ken in there. You want to talk to him, Ken? KM6SR, passing it on.
Yeah, they're both over S9 here. Both of you guys got good signals right now. And a very Merry Christmas to both of you. WA60IB. That's the conditions. Okay. Very good, Richard. Seven threes. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, I didn't hear you in there. I didn't recognize you, Ken. Sorry. 226, Judy. And sorry, I guess you were just getting free of the from your duties there, huh?
I said I checked in a while ago. You acknowledged me back when you were talking to Ken there on the tower.
Oh, I didn't know it was you.
Well, you said Ken. Maybe you met the other Ken. I don't know, but I was in there. There's one other guy that I may very well be interested in that. He's been calling me quite a bit about towers, and that's Mark, K6MTS. He's looking for a tower too, and that looks like that might. Is that a 3 or 4 section? Is it that 71 footer?
No, it's a 51. It's a W51, self-supporting triax, I think.
Yeah. Okay. At 51. Okay. Well, maybe you won't be interested in that then.
Yeah, well, tell Mark to check back in here. Even if he's barefoot, I should be able to hear him without even a tower up.
Well, he's looking for a tower. He's called me. In fact, he just texted me yesterday about one up north. But the guy wanted way too much for it. He wanted $9,000 for the thing. That's way too much.
Yeah, this is a bargain at $1,000.
Well, with not motorized or anything like that, that's about what they're going for. The motorized ones are about $3,500.
No, I think it is motorized, and it's got the tilt-over fixture also.
Well, he said winch, which usually means a hand one. If it's motorized, they usually make a big thing saying motor.
Well, maybe I misunderstood. I thought it was the winch for the tilt-over part.
Well, I got his number. I'll call Ken and find out what it is. I get the real specs because I got in here late.
Somebody else in there. Who was the other one? Go ahead, please. The other break.
Kilowatt 9. Zulu Papa Yankee. Kilowatt 9. ZPY. 1161. 1161.
Okay, very good. Thank you. K9ZPY. K6MYC, and I forgot the name again. Damn it. I think it's, maybe it's Tom, but I probably got that wrong. K9ZPY 1161. Go ahead. K6MY. Tom Rogers. I did have it right. K6MYC. Go ahead, Tom.
Very good. Yeah, I got in here late, but I just heard your signal come in, so I get to turn the antenna. So I thought I'd say hello. Thank you, and keep on chatting away. Bye-bye.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for checking in here. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you there, Tom. Thanks much for calling in from Orinda or wherever it is. We should have KG6 Delta Juliet, Delta Golf Juliet in here also. And we're missing N6 BCC. And we're missing K6 or N6 NPD. And we're going to go back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed here. Anybody in the Bay Area or over that way? N5 NPD, N6BCC, KD6 DGJ, K6MYC, over.
Hey, Mike. Here's WB6WNI.
WB6W1I. Good evening, Gary.
Good evening, Mike. Boy, I'm just dreading the day when things go back normal. You are coming in so strong. It is pleasant coffee. I just wanted to verify with you. So I'm going to wish everybody Merry Christmas on the net. To you and Judy, do you plan a normal schedule next week, or are you going to be off for the holidays? Back to you.
No, I'm going to be here because I have no other commitments. We've already had our family Christmas and all that stuff. So we'll be here Christmas Eve. That'll be 1296 night. Of course, that's not a night for you, but we'll be here the next night. So Christmas Day evening, we'll be here to wish people Merry Christmas on the official day. Over.
Oh, QSL. Well, you know what? I've already heard from my daughter. My grandson wants to go to bed early. So you know what? We may be all wrapped up by the time this net starts on Wednesday. You never know. But that's the plan, to be wrapped up by the time it starts. But if I don't talk to you then, again, Merry Christmas. But probably talk to you on Sunday as well. K6MYC WB6WNI.
And of course, we'll be here tomorrow night too. Gary, if you can get on 432, I know your system is a little marginal for me, but we talked about raising the antenna, maybe finding that other spot where the knife is right for 432. But anyway, we'll be here tomorrow night, and then of course we'll see you Sunday night, and perhaps the following Wednesday night as well. 7-3 for now. Good to hear you, and thanks for checking in late. I'm missing quite a few people. We still got 41 check-ins, so pretty good night here. WB6WNI, K6MYC, clear for now.
Okay, 73, Mike.
And good night, Mike. K6USY.
Okay, I'm still looking for the Bay Area or anybody in the San Joaquin Valley. We're missing 2 or 3 in the San Joaquin. N6BCC, KD6, N6PMD, PDM, no, that's not right. Damn it. NPD, N6NPD, K6MYC. And KD6, I think it's KD or KG or KJ. KG6, no, that's not right. KG6 Delta Golf Juliet, K6MYC. Are you there? Nope, I guess not. All right, we're about ready to wrap the net. You want to try for Eddie by chance, Gary, Rob?
Let me look back at my log. I think Eddie said he wasn't going to be here Wednesday night.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote down in my log he said he wasn't going to be on Wednesday night.
Okay, well, then the only other one we might get would be W6LAD. We still probably should point down there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, I was trying to listen to the 10-meter net, and I missed Dennis's check-ins. Do you have the ones that Dennis relayed in? Over?
Yes, I do. You ready for those?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, 160, 336, 782, 132, 233, 849, one other one. What was the one after 849?
I think he said 1063 and 1064, over.
Yeah, that's right, 1063 and 1064. There may have been one between 849, though. Let me see if there was somebody after 849. I thought
132.
132.
233.
Yeah.
264.
264. I don't know who that is.
Marjorie.
I don't think. No.
She's in there every week.
No. Not
yes, she is.
1164. That might be.
1064 and 1063.
That's it. That's right.
1063 is Jack.
Yeah.
1064 is Olga.
Yeah, but not 263.
Okay, thanks. I'll add them to my list there.
Rob?
Marjorie, 264, KD6 TVR from Dennis.
We don't have a Marjorie in here.
Yes, we do.
She does not check into the net. No.
Yes, she has.
How you doing up there, Rob?
I'm doing okay, Ken. How was your trip up to the hills today?
Well, uneventful, except that it was nice and sunny up there and warm. Gad, it was warm. I had to take my coat off, and my shirt off, and everything. Just had a T-shirt on. It was so hot up there.
Oh, great. Yeah, you had to mention that, didn't you?
got out of the sun, into the sun right after I got out of Albury. So the sun was up about 2,400 feet. It was the top.
Yep, sounds like a nice day up there.
Yep, got down in time for all my afternoon activities. I was a little bit late, but I got everything done. By the way, Mike, I went by the shop for a little bit, visit with the guys there, and I'll be there on Friday. I guess they're going to have a lunch there.
Still figuring out the log.
Yeah, I figured that much. Oh well, we can keep it while they're trying to figure that thing out. How are you, Aaron?
Anyway, I don't know what Judy's been writing down. Somebody by the name of Marjorie, but we don't have any Marjorie checking in, do we?
I've never heard of a Marjorie ever.
Well, Judy's really pissed off at me because she thinks I called her a liar, and I'm not calling her a liar. I just know that we don't have a Marjorie check-in, and I was just trying to get the log straight here. Anyway, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, there is one on the list, but where does he live? Hold on. I just had her QRZ page up. Yeah, there is a Marjorie up in Santa Clara, but that person doesn't check in.
Yeah, we never have a Marjorie check-in from Santa Clara.
Nope,
yeah,
not that I've ever heard.
264.
Yeah, 264. That's what Judy kept saying, 264. I said, no, we don't have a 264. I mean, I'm pretty good at this. I know the numbers almost without even looking at the paper. So anyway, but she must be tired. So rushed out of here in a huff. Sorry about that, guys.
What's her call?
Or some call I'd never heard of.
Oh, I was asking Aaron there. What was her call, Aaron?
Yeah, it's a KG6TBR, so Kilo Golf 6 Tango Bravo Romeo.
Yeah, that's what I have too, and that's the only Marjorie we have on the list. I did a search, KM6SR.
Yeah, but she never checks in.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the locals and all the check-ins and whatnot, and she's not there.
Yeah, probably one of those people that got a Bozo number once and then didn't check in on a regular basis.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, well, anyway, let's see. I'm pointed south, I think. Let me see. Did I get there? No, I didn't quite get there yet. I was going to go look for W6LAD. W6 Lima Alpha Delta. I'm coming down to 150. There we go. Visalia area, W6LAD, or anybody down south, KB6RQU, anybody down south in the San Joaquin Valley for the last and late check-ins on 2-meter Bozo Net, K6MYC, standing by.
saying, Mike, earlier that I went by the shop today and visited with the guys.
Oh, okay, good. I haven't been in there for weeks.
Yeah. I'll be back in. They're going to have a lunch, I guess, on Friday, so I'm going in for that.
Yeah, I don't know whether I don't know what Matt's plans are, or how to get in there. If he's not going to go in and out, then we probably won't be there.
Well, I can certainly come up and grab you and take you down there if you like.
Well, I'll chat with Matt about it. Don't worry about it. At this point, we'll see what happens there. I don't have to get in there for that. We already had, that's what we had tonight, what they're going to have on Friday night, over.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if you wanted to go in, don't worry. I'd be glad to come up and grab you and take you in there.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to go in the house and get the evening activity started. I've been gone all day long, so I got to get something done around here. WA60IB, Northern Clovis, 226. Good night, all. Okay, good night, Ken. Thanks for being there. Sorry, I do remember you checking in when we were talking about the tower thing. I just didn't dawn on me that I don't even know that we had you checked in before that, but we got you down sooner or later there anyway. WA6 at OIB, K6MYC, and I don't hear anybody else down south, so I guess we can wrap this thing up.
Good night, Ken. WA6OIB, KM6SRR 73.
Okay, adios, guys. By the way, Aaron, I got all of the certificates redone that needed to get redone and started delivering today. I got bins to him and got a couple more to deliver, so everybody will have them sooner or later.
Oh, sounds good. Did you forward to my signature?
No, basically what it's supposed to be is the president and the secretary is supposed to sign them, but I got you to sign them anyway, so I think that's just as good.
Yeah, as long as two people, two of the officers signed them, so it's all good.
Yeah, I went over as soon as I got them from. I went out to John's house out there. I had to go out to Beckman Tower anyway, and went right to Jim's, and he and I signed them together, and then I went out to Ben's and delivered his, and so I've got some more to go tomorrow. So I'll get them all delivered by tomorrow, except for Kent's. I'm going to send that by mail up to Oregon. He's too far to drive. WA60IB.
Very good, Ken. K6USY.
Okay, very quiet. We'll see you guys on 4:32 tomorrow night. That will be in the house where it'll be a little bit warmer. I think what was bothering Judy more than anything, she had a cramp in her hand, and it was really hurting her. All of a sudden her hand cramped up, and she was grabbing for pills, and I thought she was trying to reach for her phone. I couldn't figure out what she was doing, madly grabbing for something out of her pocket. She has some pills that she can take real quickly when she gets a cramp. She gets them occasionally at night, and she carries them with her all the time. So occasionally she gets these cramps that are very intense. Anyway, I think that's what was bugging her more than anything. Anyway, we'll sort it out, hopefully. Good night, all. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow night. KM6SR to take it for a final. Good evening to you, Aaron. And hopefully one of these nights we'll have Frank back in here. K6MYC. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, Mike. Do you have a count?
Judy walked out and said we have 41.
Oh, okay, I have 45. Interesting. Okay, I'll be sending you the list.
Okay. Send the list, yeah.
Okay, and I'll say goodnight to you, Mike, and Judy. Oh, she can't hear me probably, but anyway, I know what she has. Sometimes I get those cramps so bad, I can't do anything. I start sweating. They're so bad. And I have Fastenal pills, I think they're called, Flexerol, and they do the job real good. Over.
Yeah, I think that's what she was grabbing for. I don't think I've ever heard the name, but yeah. And I think that was why she might have missed a couple of other ones. There was times when I was looking at her and she wasn't like she wasn't here. And I looked at her. Did you get that number? And she would make some motion with her head, and I don't think she wanted to be here tonight. I told her she didn't have to come out here. It's cold, but we got the heater on our legs, and I didn't think it was that bad in here. But anyway, hopefully she'll be okay. 7-3 guys, catch you tomorrow. Okay, 6MYC, clear with the 2-meter net. Good night, all.
Good night, Mike. KW60.
Good night, Mike. K6SR going that way.
Good night, Russ.
And good night to everybody listening on YouTube, K6USY DMO6.